What is up? What is up? What is up? It is just me, here, by my lonesome self. But I am giving this a shot to see if I can get any fans who want to come and discuss the 2021 NFL schedule release. It has actually officially just been released minutes ago, although we all know that the Saints schedule was released at like 10 a.m. this morning. So we kind of had a bit of a spoiler, which helped me out because I put out a little funny Saints sketch schedule release reaction video where I was able to include the actual schedule at the end of my video. That way I felt better about not necessarily clickbaiting people into thinking that it was actually going to be a legitimate reaction from people. But this web chat, web stream, whatever you want to call it, is a way if you want to come and just talk the schedule release. Guys, I'm not a popular YouTuber, not yet at least, hopefully one day. If you're here, if you watch this eventually, please subscribe. But I am just a guy starting off, so I don't expect nobody to be on this chat. I see I have two people. It might be like my fiance or my cousin, but it's all good. This is kind of a test run for me so I can look back and watch and see some things I can improve on. Or maybe I'm just perfect and you guys are the ones who are missing out. But the schedule has officially come out, and if you guys want to discuss it, please leave some chats and let's discuss. Let's talk about the 2021 New Orleans Saints. How excited are we? How disappointed are we? Like, are we nervous? Are we thinking that this is going to be a fallback year? I've made my opinion known many of times. I think that this isn't necessarily going to be a rebuilding year. I think we have enough talent that we're not going to be like top 5 in the draft unless we have major injuries. But I do think it's going to be a bridge year, whereas I think 2022 is where we're probably really going to get back in the swing of hopefully contending for a Super Bowl. I see I have a comment from an amazingly beautiful woman named Clarissa Davis. Clarissa Davis, if you're reading this and you're still watching, I would love to take you out on a date one day. She says 17-0. I think she saw my sketch video that I put out about an hour ago, and she was sold on the thought-provoking analysis from the best nuanced Saints fan there is, because everybody knows if you want nuanced Saints discussion, then there's only one nuanced Saints fan to come to. But no, seriously, I think that this season is, I would say this. I think our ceiling is about 10 wins, which is a pretty steep fall off because last year I was convinced that we were going to win 14 games. So, yeah, I think we'll probably lose about 4 games, and I might be actually being kind. We might lose way more games than that because we lost a lot of talent. Not like sexy name players besides, of course, the GOAT Drew Brees, but we lost people like Emmanuel Sanders, Janoris Jenkins, Trey Hendrickson, Justin Hardy, Sheldon Rankins, Jared Cook, who I did joke about in the video isn't that big of a loss, but he was a solid player. I mean, he's not somebody who's going to carry you over. I mean, you can argue that he was the catalyst for us losing that damn game to the Buccaneers. But these are players who can turn, those 24 to 21 games into wins because they made the plays that were more significant than the utility players from the other team. And we don't have that now. We just have a bunch of core players, which is good. I mean, I'm glad we were able to keep the main guys, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk, Marcus Williams, Marshawn Lattimore. Those are the guys we need to keep. Those are the guys who we can build the foundation for hopefully the next 5 to 7 years. But we trimmed a lot of the fat, and you just can't be, I don't think, realistic and trim that much fat on a football team and think that, you're not going to miss a beat. Like, we're probably going to have a step down. How major depends on, of course, how Jameis or Taysom does. Hell, maybe even Ian Book. Maybe he surprises us and Sean Payne falls in love with him and makes him the starting quarterback. You know how Sean Payne is liable to fall in love with a quarterback and make them the starter. I'm putting my money on Jameis Winston being our quarterback. I must admit, I talked a lot of trash about Jameis Winston, and now I'm putting my faith in him to lead my team. From a PR perspective, he's doing a damn good job of selling himself to people like me with his workout videos and his leadership seminars that he seems to be doing across the country. Now, granted, I'm not a guy who gets hyped up about workout videos. Like, you see the general fans and oh my God, look at this guy, he's running routes and he's lifting 300 pounds. And I mean, what does that have to do with the game on Sunday? You know, like, okay, you ran some good routes on open field. What the hell does that mean when Jalen Ramsey is lined up against you? You know, oh, look at him. He threw a 60-yard pass through a window to his receiver. Okay, what does that mean when Aaron Donald is coming at you full speed ahead? You know, how can you practice a 2-minute warning? That's the type of stuff that I think we're going to miss with Drew Brees. Clarissa Davis left a trash emoji. It's kind of funny. I think it's just me and her in this chat. We literally are like in a room from each other, so we could just have this conversation with each other. But again, this is a test run. I only have like 213 subscribers, guys, which I'm actually proud of, by the way. I just started this about 2 weeks ago, so to have that many subscribers in that short of a span is great. But I don't have like any loyal fans, so I'm not expecting a lot of people. Plus, I didn't advertise this live stream on purpose. I kind of want to just do a test run with this and see if it's something that's feasible to do in the future. But what I was saying is, what we're going to miss with Drew Brees, whereas, okay, yeah, James is going to be able to open us up vertically again. So, yeah, we'll get a lot of long bombs. I mean, some of them might be interceptions, but we'll get a lot more long passes. But we're going to miss the leadership of 2-minute drill. Let's say a minute and 3 seconds left. We got the ball on our 26-yard line in opposing territory. Can Jameis lead us to 3 points? Can Jameis lead us to Drew Brees? What he would always do and lead us to 7 points. You know, Brees was a master at that. And those are the differences between, like I said, a 7-win season and a 11-win season. Like, just being able to have those crucial drives without messing up. That's what Jameis needs to prove. And no amount of workout videos, no amount of Jameis giving leadership talks is going to make me convinced that he is ready for that. I have to see it with my own eyes. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him like hell. Transparently, I would love for a black quarterback to be the Saints' face for the next 10 years. But, I mean, we can only go by the resume. And we saw in Tampa, he has all the physical tools. You don't throw 5,000 yards by mistake, but he didn't have those intangibles that separated the solid players from the top of the line elite. The Drew Brees, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, from the Jameis Winstons, the Ryan Tannehills. I'm not trying to make Ryan Tannehill seem bad, but the Jared Goffs, like the people who can put up numbers and who can lead to playoffs, but are they good enough to be that elite top echelon quarterback? And Saints fans have been mad spoiled the past 15 years. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that's my girl. I think she's out of board. She's just as tired of the Jameis Winston talk. But that's the difference between, great quarterbacks and solid, okay, porous quarterbacks. And we're going to have, I think we'll probably deserve a rude awakening the way some fans were treating Drew Brees the last few years, as if, these Hall of Fame quarterbacks just grow on trees, It's very rare to go from a Hall of Fame quarterback to another great / Hall of Fame quarterback. We've had some outliers, like the Colts went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, who seemed to be on his way to the Hall of Fame before he suddenly retired. The Packers were extremely lucky. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. 49ers went from Joe Montana to Steve Young way back in the day. But how often does that happen? You're more likely to be like the Miami Dolphins, who went from Dan Marino to like 15 quarterbacks, and they're still trying to find a quarterback to this day, hoping that Tua Tagovailoa is that guy. So I'm hopeful. Sean Payne is a wizard. He might be able to give Jameis Winston that career revival that Drew Brees had in 2006, but I would not put money on it the way Clarissa has put in the comments that she bet me $10 that his first throw of the season is going to be a pick. That would be something else. If he does that, that would be very deflating, and that would kind of possibly signal the season that will lie ahead. I'm thinking if I had no bias, because I am the NUANCED Saints fan, that Jameis is going to be, like I said, like a Ryan Tannehill type revival that Ryan Tannehill had in Tennessee, where he can put up good numbers. He's not going to be like a guy you think of instantly when you think of best quarterbacks in the league, but you'll be like, oh yeah, this guy is solid. He's able to lead a team to the AFC Championship. I'm not saying Jameis can lead us to the NFC Championship. I'm saying he has the potential. And it would take a lot of our other players really. Like, it might be like the defense will have to carry the team going forward for Jameis to be able to, be just good enough to get us to the mountaintop. But again, we lost so many utility players this year that I don't think we have the depth to have the team carry us. So this is kind of going to be a sink or swim season for Jameis or Taysom or whoever the hell the quarterback is, to see how they do when they don't necessarily have the most stacked roster in the NFL. Like, can they lead? Can they show their intangibles? Can they make wins out of games that should be losses? And that will give Sean Payton quite the confidence to know moving forward, okay, this is the guy I want to be our future for the next 5 to 10 years. Or if he goes scorched earth and says, screw that, we got to try to get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, or draft somebody, or just give the keys to Ian Book if Ian Book shows out in training camp. I have 4 viewers now. Wow, congratulations to me. I'm probably assuming this is all, again, my family, my cousins. Leave a comment, you guys, if you are watching. Yeah, let's talk some Saints football. Come on, you guys. I can't be talking. I love talking. Trust me, you guys, my fiance, I'd love to hear myself talk, but I want some other opinions. I want to know, what you think of your schedule. I'm really hoping that one day I'll get enough of an audience where I get fans from all 32 teams, and we can shoot the breeze, have fun, trash talking. They can leave their opinion about their team. I can leave my nuanced opinion about my team. I probably, I think I'm getting some text messages. It's probably like, I got one from my brother. He might be saying, what the hell are you doing live streaming on YouTube? I know he's asking me about my wedding. I'm getting married, guys. Yay. I purposely have my wedding on a Friday. Just a small chance the Saints make the playoffs. I want to be available for that game. I love my fiance with all my heart, but it's the Saints in the playoffs. The potential has to be, like, I have to be able to watch it without no stress or anything. And I think my guests would appreciate that too. Let me respond to some chat. I'm actually, not that I'm, sidetracking you guys, but I also want to kind of like let everybody know that I'm doing this, so maybe my family can join in. In worst case scenario, then my family can come in and talk shit and make fun of me, but we'll have fun doing it. So let me tell them right now, I'm setting myself up for a lot of jokes, but it is what it is. All right, so since nobody's really chatting but my fiance, and don't forget, you guys, if you are watching this and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. I just started my YouTube channel and I'm really excited. I really enjoy doing this. Like, I really enjoy making videos. I'm transparently, I'm not trying to be like an actual Saints analysis. I feel like I offer good analysis, to be honest with you, and I'll leave that with the live streams, but I just want to make fun videos, like videos that entertain people and make people smile, not just about the Saints, about other things as well. But because this is an NFL chat, I really plan on making, hopefully, Saints videos every single week after a game, so that, win or loss, we all can have a good little laugh. I see other people do it for other fan bases, and it gives me entertainment. Like, there's this Falcons guy who does like post-game press conferences where he kind of audio dubs what the players are saying, and it always gives me a laugh, and I'm sure it makes Falcons fans get a laugh too, because they need it. They need it. And I noticed that nobody really does it for the Saints, and we have so many talented people in the city that I was actually surprised that nobody made like Saints comedy videos. So ding, ding, ding. That's where I hopefully come in. The word funny is subjective, but I think my videos can be funny. And it won't just be me. It'll be, I have some cousins who are almost funnier than me. And they'll make the videos even more funny than what you might be seeing right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy that this season. It'll be, I think, easier to make, because I'm not going to be as emotional about the team this year as I have been the last 4 seasons. I say that now, but I mean, it would take the Saints being like starting off the season 4-0, 5-0 for me to be really like, every game now is like with that. I kind of am really looking forward to just having a chill season where I'm not just like 100% all in. Like, I'm just like, okay, whatever happens. Watching the growth of some players, seeing if we have the starting quarterback of the future on our team right now. That's more important to me than, I guess, wins and losses this year. But that's, again, easier said than done, because if these mother boops start out like 4-0 or 5-0, oh, I'll be driving that train. I'll be driving that. I'll be driving that Mardi Gras float to black and gold to the Super Bowl. All right, so looking at the schedule right now, I'm surprised that they're actually doing preseason again. I thought I know the pandemic has kind of relaxed a lot of people as far as taking it serious, but I figured they would not do a preseason again this year because one, there's 17 games. I mean, I think that's stupid. Leave a comment if you think 17 games is stupid. I could go off about that. I mean, we all know what happened in 2011, Bountygate. 2012, I mean, and player safety, and we want the best for our players, and we want them to have healthy lives. And what the Saints did was so much of an indictment to the league. Yet here we also are saying, hey, let's add a 17 game. I mean, the players are already limping to the finish line now, so let's add another game. Hey, it'll make more money, so hell out of here. That's why. I mean, I know Roger Goodell was kind of like just more of the speakerhead for the NFL, but he's such a hypocrite. The league is hypocrites. I love the Saints. I have a love-hate relationship with the NFL as a total. But there's 3 preseason games. The dates are announced besides the Jacksonville game, which is a Monday night game. Cool. That's the 3rd Monday night game for us. Hey, we get to see Trevor Lawrence. That'll be fun. And it's at the I think that's it's a home game. Shoot, I never go to preseason games. I might go see that. I would love to see how Trevor Lawrence looks. That'll be fun. That'll definitely be fun. It's 2 days before my birthday, so maybe I'll vlog that game for you guys. I don't know the Superdome's rules with vlogging, but I might do that for you guys. So we have Baltimore in the preseason. That's a nice little test. Granted, the first preseason game, I'm sure nobody's really going to be playing. None of the starters, at least. We have Jacksonville, and then we have Arizona. Arizona's my sleeper. Well, I don't want to say sleeper team, but they are a team who I think is really. I thought they were ready to make the leap last year, but I really think they're ready to make the leap this year. As long as Kyler Murray can stay healthy, they look like they might be the team that kind of takes our spot as that upper echelon NFC team. Speaking of that, I've kind of made my opinion on about the Saints' outlook for 2021. But I have this sinking feeling that Atlanta or Carolina is going to lap us this year. My money is on Carolina, I think. Now, I'm not a believer of Sam Darnold, but Carolina added some good. Whereas the Saints trimmed a lot of fat this year, Carolina added a lot of utility players that, again, the difference between 7 wins or 9 to 10 wins. And if Sam Darnold has a career revival, which is what Carolina fans are hoping for, I can see them jumping us. I would hate that. I mean, I hate Carolina. I hate all the NFC South teams except Tampa. They were the one team that I could stomach. And if any team in the NFC South was to win the Super Bowl, it would have been Tampa Bay that I would have been the most acceptable with. So I'm glad, I guess, that of all the NFC South teams that have gone to the Super Bowl the past few years, it was Tampa that actually sealed the deal and won it, because that's the team that I can stomach the most. Now, we all know, though, when it comes to winning Super Bowls, it makes every fan base who wins it super annoying. Like, Tampa fans used to be chill, quiet, because they wasn't doing jack crap. But they get Tom Brady, and now they crap don't stink. I mean, more power to them. They did it one year, what we've been trying to do for the past decade. But I also know that if the Saints were to ever actually win it, let's be honest, our fan base can be a little bit annoying, fun but annoying now, and we haven't even won a Super Bowl in the past 10 years. So imagine if we did win one. So I get that every fan base has those fans that can turn annoying when their team is finally good. I have a message from King Buck. King Buck, you hopefully a new viewer. The message is retracted, so it was probably offensive. I have all comments on it. I'm not afraid of any comments. King Buck, if you do want to leave a comment, please do. Like, this is a fun space. I'm not one of those sensitive people. I take all comments and jest and fun. And like I said, the Bucks fans are probably the fans that I can stomach the most. So I'm good with whatever you have to say. You guys won a Super Bowl. You deserve to have a victory lap up until September when it's a brand new season. But until then, talk your shit. Because we were talking mad shit when we swept y'all, and then y'all got the last laugh. So talk your shit. If you think the Bucks are going to repeat, let me know. The Bucks did something that no Super Bowl champion has done, I think, in like 20 years or 15 years, and that's bring back every single starter from the previous season to this season. So, I mean, there's no reason to think that Tampa Bay is going to have a fall back this year, unless Tom Brady finally, hopefully, falls off a cliff. But he looks like he can go another 5 years at this point. I mean, damn. So, yeah, we all know that Tampa is likely going to be the favorite in the NFC South this year. Which sucks, Saints fans, but, you know, we had our run. We had our chance. We should have been the Super Bowl champs in 2018, but we know how that went down. I'll never let that go. They always say, oh, Saints fans, you complain too much. Yeah, well, you get close to the goddamn NFC Championship game. Literally, a play that would have sealed the deal. and have that rug swept from under you, and you see how you feel. Talking about some damn get over it. Kiss my ass. I just got a comment from one of my best friends who always gives me a hard time because he says I'm super optimistic. So I made my little sketch video kind of in honor of him because I predicted us to go 17-0. You heard me. The Saints are going 17-0. All jokes, guys. Welcome to everybody who is a part of this chat. 4 viewers. I don't know who is a part of it, but if you're watching, please subscribe. Again, I am a brand new YouTube channel, but I am really just trying to, start up and build something here that, you can say, hey, I was one of the original people before he built up this audience. If you are not a Saints fan, let me know what you think about your team. What do you think about your team schedule? If you are a Saints fan, give me your honest, nuanced opinion on what the Saints are going to do this year. Again, I have us at a ceiling of 10 wins. I have us at a floor of maybe 6 to 7 wins. I don't think we're going to be worst team in the league bad, but I do think we're going to be pretty pedestrian, which is okay. I mean, we've had 4 years, the past years of greatness, and it was probably the greatest 4-year stretch run in Saints history. I had so much fun when me and my fiance traveled to opposing team stadiums and just had great times. And honestly, it's real. I have a man named Jose Flores. I hope I'm saying your name right, my man. Who says shout out to them Dirty Birds. Hey, my most favorite team, huh? Yeah. No, welcome to the chat, my man. Thank you for coming. I'm a small YouTuber, so I appreciate anybody who comes. Really, I'm grateful, whether it's a Falcons fan or a Bucks fan. I just was talking about your team, my man, actually. I said I think you or Carolina might be able to actually leap the Saints this year because I feel like the Saints lost a lot of talent this year. I hope not. No, I'm being perfectly honest with you. I hate the Falcons. I do not. I never want y'all to be good. If you ask me, would I sign off again on the Falcons making it to the Super Bowl and being embarrassed like they did in 2016, but with the 28-3, I probably would not sign off on it because I just don't like the fact that they're making the Super Bowl. Like, that's how much I hate them. I'd rather them just be like 7-9, I guess now 7-10 every season, where they suck, but they're also not good enough to get like a top 5 pick. But I love the rivalry. So welcome to the chat. I'm glad you stopped by, even if it's for like 2 minutes. If you what you think of your schedule, my man? If you actually are still watching, if you think the Falcons are going to do some things this year, finally. I mean, you have a brand new coach. You have our former assistant GM, who is now your GM. So, maybe you guys take some of that magic that we've had the past 4 years and bring it to Atlanta. You guys got a great offense. Kyle Pitts now. Come on now. You have 2 elite wide receivers. Matt Ryan, I kind of think it's falling off a bit, but still good enough to lead a team to the playoffs. Do you think you guys are finally going to make that run and be a playoff team again, or do you think your defense still needs some more pieces before y'all can become contenders again? Again, I hope that you guys suck, but of course, I mean, you guys probably think that we should suck. You say that he is excited to see what the Falcons do this year too. I am excited for your offense. I want to see what Kyle Pitts. I'm assuming you guys are going to keep Julio Jones. I keep seeing trade rumors, but I just can't see you guys, I feel like if you were going to trade Julio, then you guys would have just blew the whole damn team up. But you guys kind of seem to have the mindset of that you want to still add some pieces and give it one last run with Matt Ryan, which I don't blame you. You guys have talent. You just, I don't know. Seems like it's a mentality thing with you guys. Yeah, y'all just can't finish games or something. But like I say, maybe Arthur Smith and maybe Terry Fine will change the culture. It worked amazing with us with Sean Payne and Mickey Loomis. So I'm not rooting for you guys, but it's all love at the end of the day. It's all trash talk when the game is going on, but afterwards, I would love to get to Atlanta for a game. I wish I could go to one this year, but for some reason, the NFL always schedules you guys at the worst times that I can't really make it because they schedule us in Atlanta this year on the 9th. I'm getting married on the 14th, so obviously that can't work out. But I will be in Atlanta one year to talk my trash, and then, you let that social media stuff get to your head where Saints fans and Atlanta fans really be going at it, that threats and stuff. But in reality, like, you go to Atlanta game or Falcons fans come to the Superdome, it's all love. Like, it's trash talk, then you dab each other off, buy somebody a beer, and show some Southern hospitality. My man Ryan, welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming. I am a new YouTuber. Obviously, as you can see, I'm not like this popular person, but trying to build my channel. Hopefully, you guys subscribe. I make funny videos for the Saints, but I will try to branch out and make funny videos for every team as best I can. Ryan asks, what are my thoughts on the Browns? I think the Browns are a top 3 AFC contender this year. You guys added amazing pieces to your team. You guys were a freaking one play away from going to the AFC Championship last year before Chad Henning, of all people, ended your dreams. That's how football works sometimes, But you guys seem to have added a lot of pieces that can take you guys from this level to that level. So it's exciting. And whereas I'm not rooting for the Falcons, obviously, I root for the Browns because I love seeing teams who have similar histories like the New Orleans Saints, take that leap and finally win. Like, Cleveland fans deserve a win. You won the NBA championship a few years ago, but I think the Browns are the heart and soul of that city. So I would love to see you guys actually succeed, and I think you guys have the pieces to do it. Now, success in one year does not equate to success in the other year, so Baker Mayfield has to continue to thrive and ascend if you guys want to repeat what you did last year. But you guys seem to have all the pieces to really make a run. The question is, and I think this is going to be the question for every AFC team for the next 5 to 10 years, is can you beat Kansas City? Kansas City isn't some unstoppable force. Tampa Bay showed that in the Super Bowl, but Mahomes is Mahomes, and until a team figure him out, if they ever do, then he's the threshold of greatness in the AFC, and you guys have to see if you can stop him this time. You couldn't stop Chad Henne, so can you stop Patrick Mahomes? What you think of the Browns? Let me know. Are you excited? I bet you guys are. You deserve to be excited. You guys have been pretty bad for the past decade or so. So teams like you and the Bills fans deserve to finally have something exciting to cheer for. I root for teams like you guys. One, because you're not in the NFC. Two, because I want to see teams who didn't have previous success finally get theirs. I will never forget us winning the Super Bowl in 2009 and how that felt. So I would love for fans of teams who aren't necessarily chronic, consistent winners. Not like a Patriots fan or a Packers fan, like a team like the Browns, a team like, I would say the Falcons, but they're the rivals, so hell no. But a team like the Browns, a team like the Bills, a team like the Cardinals who don't have consistent success, see them actually finally be good. So those are my thoughts on the Browns. I wish you guys the best. Let me know what you think. Let me know what any other fan thinks. If you're joining this chat, I am so excited. I am legitimately excited. I had two people. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Ryan. Two guys I do not know who came into my chat. And like I said, I'm not this big YouTuber, so it's not like YouTube is going to put me at the top of the search charts for discussions and live streams. I'm gradually building out my channel, but I'm really grateful, honestly, guys. I'm grateful to have anybody on this chat. So thank you for joining. Please subscribe. My channel is going to be extremely fun. It's going to be a great NFL comedy channel. I'm not necessarily an analyst. I'll do an analyst for live streams, but my goal is to make comedy videos, mainly for the Saints, but I'll do NFL videos in general that fans can laugh at. Ryan tells me that he agrees with me. I appreciate that. This is a big year coming up. Kansas City is tough, and that's week 1. That's going to be a good game. I'm mad. I'm actually mad because we are playing the Green Bay Packers when you guys are playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm like, when I saw that schedule decision, I was like, now, why would they put the Browns and the Chiefs at 3:25 the same time as Fox's 3:25 America's Game of the Week? I think they're trying to do like a double-header primetime game for both networks, which is fine, I guess. My opinion is I'm pretty sure America's going to pick the Chiefs and the Browns over the Saints and the Packers, especially if Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. But I'm going to miss the game, which sucks because I was really looking forward to that game. I was thinking that was going to be like a Sunday night game or a Monday night game, but I guess CBS say, hell no, we got to have one marquee matchup for week 1. So, but that's going to be a big game. Whether you guys win that game or whether you guys lose that game, it's not going to be an indictment on the whole season. But if you guys can beat Kansas City in week 1, man, imagine the momentum that can bring. And you guys have a tough division. I think the Steelers are going to take a step back this year. They kind of took a step back as the season went along last year, and I think Big Ben is on a downhill of his career. But Baltimore still seems to be a threat. So I think the battles between you guys and Baltimore is going to be really fun this year. And that AFC North division race is going to be really fun. Actually, Ryan, I'm looking at NFL Network right now, and they got y'all future Hall of Famer Joe Thomas talking about y'all schedule. And the hype is real for the Browns this year, definitely. Some might even have you guys in the AFC Championship game. So be excited, man. Y'all deserve to be excited. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you guys and the Bills. I would love to see y'all two go at it in the AFC Championship game. But I'm happy that you guys finally have a winner. And I hope ultimately that Baker Mayfield isn't like a one-hit wonder. Like he actually consistently can give you guys great quarterback play for the next 10 to 15 years. Because Lord know you guys need it. We Saints fans were in that same position before Drew Brees, where we just like, give us one quarterback who we can love. And you guys finally have that. So thank you for coming to the chat, Ryan. There's probably way more chats out there with much more people, so I appreciate you coming to this chat. Don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to your Browns, my man. Good luck to your Browns. I don't think we play you guys for another. I think we play you guys next year. We haven't played you guys in a while. Last time we played you guys was when Tyrod Taylor almost beat us. And that was a great game, actually. It was a heart-inducing game, but it was a great game. So I look forward to. Actually, I think we play you guys in Cleveland the next time we play you guys. And I have never been to y'all stadium. Me and my fiance have this goal where we want to go to every stadium. We've been to Seattle, Nashville. I've been to Atlanta. She hasn't. Dallas. But I really want to try to knock out the AFC teams because those are the teams that we don't play except every 8 years. So I think we play you guys in Cleveland next year. And I'm ready. Oh, man, to be in the dog pound, that would be an experience. That would be one of the few fan bases I think that can match up with the Who Dat Nation. So I would definitely try to make a trip to you guys when we play you guys, I think, next year. And I'll remember you, man. I appreciate it. You subscribe to me. Thank you. I am grateful. I'm great. I'm like, again, a new tuber is what they call us. So I'm going to be just as grateful for subscriber number 214 that I am if I ever get 2,000 subscribers. And I will remember you, Ryan. And like I say, hopefully when we play in Cleveland, we can link up. You can, I'll buy you a beer because I'm the guest, and we can watch a good game. Hopefully the Saints win, but it should be a good game. Saints Browns 2022. I think I cannot wait for that game. I wish you guys the best of luck this season. Boy, the Browns got a squad. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. Whew, that reminds me of Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara in 2018. But when you have two running backs that are always liable threats to go to the house every play, it's just dynamic. The Browns are going to be quite a team this year to be reckoned with. Ryan also tells me that going to a college game in Cleveland, he's going to college in Cleveland, so hopefully he'll be at the game, no doubt. I bet those tickets are probably going to be a lot more expensive now that you guys actually have a good team, but that comes with the territory of being a good team. Man, Saints tickets used to be like, it used to be a joke, Ryan. You leave 2 tickets on the windshield for Saints fans to go, you'll come back and there'll be 4 tickets. Nobody wanted to go to a game, but now you got to pay like $400 to go to a Saints game. So I know the conundrum of tickets going up once your team is good, but it's a trade-off I think every fan wants to have when their team is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Browns do this year. I haven't actually made my serious predictions for the NFL season yet, but when I think of the AFC, the teams that come to mind is obviously the Chiefs, the Bills, the Browns, and the Colts. I think those are like my top 4 teams that I'll probably wrestle with as far as who do I think is going to be in the AFC Championship game and who is going to make it to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are obviously the favorites because of the Mahomes factor, but man, you guys added some good talent this year. I think I read an article last week where they were like showing after the draft, where they were showing all the free agency moves you guys made. And I was like, I kind of checked out this offseason because Drew Brees retired and my heart was broken for a 4th straight year with the Saints in the playoffs. So I wasn't necessarily paying too much attention to free agency, but then I read that article about the Browns, and I was like, damn, the Browns made some moves. Like, they taking this serious. They like, okay, we got this far last year. We trying to take it to that next level. So I'm with it. Whenever your window is open, man, you got to go for it. So it'll be interesting to see. Week 1, guys, Chiefs, Browns. 3:30, Saints fans, we probably can't watch the game because we'll be watching us versus Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love or Blake Bortles. They just signed Blake Bortles. Who knows? Maybe Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing for us. Well, what? Maybe Fox knows something that we don't know. But it should be a great Week 1 slate of games. Now, look, speaking of the fact that we have the 3:30 Fox game of the week, we have 5 primetime games this year, Saints fans. That is astounding. Because we lost Drew Brees, and we have 5 primetime games. I am shocked. I thought we were going to have 2. We have 5. I guess Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas are still. Ryan, do me a favor. What do you think of the Saints' chances this year? We lost our starting Hall of Fame quarterback. No, never mind, the starting quarterback. We have Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. That's the guy now. We think. We'll see. And we lost a lot of utility players. Do you think the Saints are still one of the top 7 teams who can make the playoffs in the NFC, or do you think we're going to take a bit of a step back? Yep, I agree. Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are very young, smart. Talk about a difference of a year between Freddie Kitchens and Kevin Stefanski, huh? NFL, you just never know. You just never know. But back to the Saints, guys. Yes, 5 primetime games. That's incredible. I think it has to do with, we still have star. I know Drew Brees is going, but Alvin Kamara is a star. Michael Thomas is a star. So we still have some star players, but I also think that the networks know that New Orleans, that audience that we bring to primetime games, is top of the line. Like, New Orleans loves the Saints. I wish we loved the Saints as much as we love the Pelicans. No, I wish we loved the Pelicans as much as we love the Saints, but that's another topic for another day. So 5 primetime games. The primetime games are... The Green Bay game technically isn't primetime, but it's a national audience, so if you want to count that as a primetime game, you can. We played the Seahawks on Monday night. Whew, that's going to be a tough one. I remember the last time we played Seattle on Monday night. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. We got revenge 2 years ago when we beat them with Teddy Bridgewater. Me and my fiance were at that game. We went into that game just like, hey, let's just have a good time. You know, Drew's out. Hopefully we just get to enjoy the 12th man, and we won the game. Probably, arguably, the best visiting road game that we've ever been to. It was just, and the funny thing was, and this wasn't like trash talk. That they sincerely meant this like to be genuine and nice. They were like, Seahawks fans were like, oh man, sorry you guys about Drew Brees. You know, we know it's going to be tough for you guys. Don't take this loss so hard. Before the game, like they was telling us sorry for the loss, and then we beat them. We actually, I don't want to say we blew them out, but we beat them pretty decisively. Don't let that final score, if you look at the 2018 Saints season, fool you. 2019 season. We beat them pretty good. And you know, Russell Wilson did his little thing where he always makes it a 1-score game at the end of the game when it's all over. But that was fun. But now we got them again in Seattle Monday night. The 12th man is going to be wild. I think that's going to be Seattle's first game since the pandemic, where the fans, their first primetime game. So that's a tall task the NFL has given us with that. Hopefully Russell Wilson is traded by then, or he's holding out. I really wanted Russell Wilson to come to us. That would have been fun. But I'm going to believe in Jameis. We also have, for national TV games, we have Tampa Bay again at 3:30 for Fox's Game of the Week. Not a primetime game technically, but a game for a national audience. We do have Tampa Bay on Sunday Night Football in Week 15. We all know what happened last time we played Tampa on Sunday Night Football. That was fun. They got the last laugh, of course, in January, but that should be a fun game. We have the Cowboys on Thursday night again. We know what happened last time we played the Cowboys on Thursday night. I was there. My fiance and me went to that game. It was not fun. The Cowboys fans talked a lot of trash after the game. It was one of the more infuriating things. Not that I take sports that serious, but they were talking mad trash. And I was like, all right, let them have their fun. You know, maybe I've been liable to talk mad crap after a big win. I said, but we'll see them in January for the playoffs. And we almost got them in the NFC Championship game. I kind of wish we did, because we probably would have blew them out. But the Rams beat them the week before, and then a week later we had the most famous no-call in NFL history. So we never got that revenge. We beat them the following season, but it wasn't that great of it. Was a great defensive game, I guess, but it wasn't like, yeah, we got them back. So this should be a fun. If anything, it's going to bring like 25 million views to Fox, because Saints and Cowboys fans don't play about their teams. And 2 other primetime games. We have the Dolphins on Monday night. Kind of a random game, huh? For some reason, ESPN always makes us play the Dolphins on Monday night. I don't get it. There's not much history. There used to be a little bit with the Drew Brees connection, and Miami didn't pick Drew Brees, but Brees is gone. Miami might be a sleeper team this year, though. So worst case for ESPN, you know, they get to showcase the young talent that is the Miami Dolphins, assuming that we might be kind of out of contention by then. And my least favorite primetime game, and I am completely shocked. I literally had a debate with my dad about this last evening. He was like, I was like, well, because Drew is going and because we're not supposed to be good this year, we're not going to have any primetime games, and we're certainly not going to have any Christmas games or Thanksgiving games. And here we are, Thursday, November 25th, Thanksgiving night, the Buffalo Bills at home. I'm a season ticket holder. I hate going to holiday games. I have not been to any. Every time they give us a holiday game, whether it be Christmas or Thanksgiving, I get a ticket away because I like spending holidays at home with family. I don't want to be stressed out about a football game. And I was really looking forward to that Bills game too, because my former coworker is a huge Bills fan, and I cheer for the Bills as my AFC team because I want to see them succeed. Same way, like I want to see teams like the Browns succeed. I want to see teams who've had dubious histories finally get their one up. So I was looking forward to that game. I was thinking it was going to be like maybe a 3 o'clock game where Bills fans can bring their tables to the Superdome, and it'll be fun, pregame tailgate at 12 o'clock p.m., jump on a few tables, have a good game, shoot the crap with my coworker who's a huge Bills fan, go home. The Thanksgiving game kind of puts that plan to a halt because it's Thanksgiving. It's a holiday. Like, we all have to be with our families and whatnot. So it kind of takes away the luster that game had for me. And again, I'm just not a big holiday person as far as having games, but it should be a good game. And I get it. And my guess is that NBC picked that game because that's going to be Drew Brees' debut for the NFL commentary. I know he's doing Notre Dame commentary this year, but they're going to make Drew Brees make his NFL play calling debut for that game with Mike Tirico. I guarantee you, write that down. That's going to be like Drew Brees' debut game. And of course, what better team for him to call than the New Orleans Saints. So that's why I think they picked us for Thanksgiving. Not thrilled about it. It's always cool to have your team play a holiday game, don't get me wrong, but it's the holidays, man. You just want to eat your turkey and take naps. You don't want to stress out about a 4th down and 2 call. So, and the Bills, I think, are going to be good this year, so that game might not be pretty. But those are our 5 national games. I am shocked that we have that many national games, but the Saints bring in the audience. We still have some fun players on the team that general fans like, and maybe we'll surprise people. Who knows? Ryan says that as a Bills fan, his second team are the Bills to cheer for. Ryan, I give you credit, man. You picked the teams who don't necessarily have that champion history. So I think the respect between you and Bills fans is deep because y'all both have a similar history of heartbreak, of droughts, of no playoffs, of quarterbacks that didn't quite live up to the expectations. And like I say, my dream AFC Championship game this year would be Browns and Bills. Can't go wrong without a team because that means one fan base is finally going to get that feeling that they deserve of a Super Bowl berth. So that would be a great game too. Do you guys play each other in the regular season? If you do, let me know, and let me know what week that is because that's a much-watched game. The Bills and the Browns, folks. 2021. Who would have thought the Bills and the Browns is a potential marquee game? We might have to wait for the playoffs for it. I don't think they played each other in the regular season, but that would be quite a fun game. All right, so back to the Saints. Well, just in general, I have a question for you guys who are being active. 17 games. What is your thoughts on 17 games? I kind of said this earlier in the chat. I think it is stupid. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't get it. I'm a little salty. I don't know if you guys remember, but we got punished in 2012 for Bountygate. You ask any fan, everybody's going to have a different opinion on their thoughts of Bountygate. I thought every team does, doesn't aim to hurt players, but, kind of puts in incentives like, oh, man, hey, between the defensive players, if you guys land a big hit on that quarterback, I'll give you $500. I don't think this is like some foreign thing that the Saints were doing. We were just the figurehead for like the NFL needed to make an example of somebody, and Roger Goodell saw those concussion lawsuits stacking up, and he was like, oh, well, got to make an example of the Saints. Player safety, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we lost a prime year of Drew Brees' career because of that crap. And they kept driving down the point. Player safety, whatever, good and well. Yes, I want NFL players to be able to walk after their careers, absolutely. So why in the hell do we have 17 games now? Tell me, what does that make sense? The most barbaric sport in American history. And the NFL owners and Roger Goodell said, hey, I know what we can do. Let's add a 17 game. The players are already limping to the finish line now. We all see week 16 games where teams are holding out like 10 to 12 starters because they're trying to just have the guys be able to play for the freaking playoffs. And their solution to that, the NFL's, was to add a 17 game. I cannot tell you guys how much I hate that decision. Because one, we know about load management in the NBA. I guarantee you we are going to start seeing load management in the NFL. There's just no way these players can go 17 games. They're not superhumans. They play like superhumans, but they are not superhumans. Like, we expect so much from them, man. The past like 2 years, starting in week 5, I started dreading the injury report every week because like it'll be 4 Saints players on, and you're like, oh boy, now you're stressed out. Well, can we win this game with this guy hurt or whatever? And the NFL decides to add 17 games. I think it's going to be, I don't want to say disaster, because again, fans like us, we're going to watch it no matter what, right? Like, we love football, so we're going to watch all 17 games. And the teams are going to make do with it. The coaches are going to be smart about how they handle it, and it's going to drive plenty of money, and it's going to add interest and yada yada. It's kind of like the NBA playing game right now. I hate the NBA playing tournament idea because like we're rewarding the 9th and 10th seed for not being good enough to make the playoffs, but we're going to give them a shot at it, and everybody's like, yeah, but look at the attention it's drawing. Look at all the ratings we're getting. Look at all the games that still have value this week. At what point do you water down the product to make more money or to, cause more engagement? I don't get it. So I hate the 17 games, guys. I just think not a disaster that it's going to be a disaster, but I do think it's going to be. I think the NFL is going to conveniently ignore the injuries this year and be like, hey, but look at what the Week 17 ratings bought. And of course the ratings are going to be great. I mean, it's the NFL. We're going to watch no matter what. I could be playing quarterback and you guys will tune in. It's the NFL. The brand is popular. So I hate the 17 games. If you guys have a different opinion about 17 games, let me know. I know there's some fans who are like, man, shut the hell up. 17 games is a blessing. We want as much football as possible. And that's fine, but I thought the system we had was perfect. I thought 16 games, 6 teams total in each conference was great. Now it's 17 games and 7 playoff teams. So whatever. And it will be the Saints' luck. They go to 7 playoff teams last year. And who's the number 2 seed who didn't get the bye week for the first time in history? The New Orleans Saints. It's always us who fall on the short end of it. Maybe we'll be like the 7th seed this year, and then finally, the tables will turn, and we'll finally be lucky with a rule change. But I hate the 17 games, and I hate the 7 playoff teams. But to each his own. My man Derek, welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. I am a small YouTuber just starting out, so how you guys found my channel, I do not know, but I appreciate you guys popping in for a little bit. Please, guys, if you are watching, subscribe. I am trying to get my channel off the ground. It's going to be a lot of comedy videos, more so than actual analysis, but I will have to do live streams with you guys so we can actually provide nuanced discussion about the NFL season, and hopefully you guys actually get enjoyment out of my comedy videos. They'll mainly be about the Saints because I'm a Saints fan, but I'm sure like when the playoffs starts, I'll be doing like comedy sketches for the other teams who are playing too. Let me stack my money up and I'll be able to buy like a jersey for all 32 teams like some of these other YouTubers do, and I'll do like a Browns fan reacts to their playoff game or whatever. But Derek say we need to trade for Jordan Hicks. That's a good point, Derek. Carrs just told him he can look for a trade, and all he is owed is $2 million this year. My man Derek came with the facts. He came with the research. Over 100 tackles in 2 years. Derek, I would love to get Jordan Hicks, and I think he would probably cost no more than a third-round pick. I think if we were to trade for Jordan Hicks, the question is this. Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis have to ask themselves, what do they see the Saints' ceiling being this year? Because if you trade for Jordan Hicks, you're basically kind of going with the mindset that, we're going to be a contender, like a legitimate contender. So if you want to give up future draft picks for the current, then you got to have a strong belief that the team is ready to contend now. I don't think Sean Payton's going to go into any season ever and be like, we're not going to be that good this year. I think he's realistic, but he's always going to be like, nah, screw that. I'm trying to, win, which is good. I mean, I appreciate that as a fan. I don't think we're going to be great this year, but I want us to strive for it. Like every fan does, right? I don't want to be like, I want the number 1 pick. Nah. But it depends on how Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis values the season. Do they see it as the way I see it, which I see it as a bridge year? Like I think 2022 is when we're going to kind of reload up and go for the Super Bowl window again. Or does Sean Payton and them say, no, okay, we lost Drew Brees, but we have a lot of faith. Sean Payton probably thinks that I could play quarterback under his tutelage and be an all-star. So is he like, I can make Jameis and Taysom, whoever is the starter, lead us to the playoffs and we can have a shot at it. Our defense is good. Our defense is probably arguably better than our offense last year. We lost a few. I mean, you don't lose to NFL sack leader and think that your defense is going to maintain the consistency, but we still got some dogs on Lattimore. We still got Marcus Williams. We got my boy CD Deuce. I have a funny video, guys, that I want to do. You know how they be making videos like Kobe Bryant be like, LeBron James be like, I want to do a video called Chauncey Gardner-Johnson be like, because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the greatest trash talker in the NFL. So I kind of want to do like a sketch video where like I just buy a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson jersey and like do plays where afterwards I talk the most vicious and vile, censored, but the most vicious and vile trash talk to the opponent. I love CGJ. Yeah, man. Yeah, Derek. So Jordan Hicks and and Demario Davis together. That would be fun. That would be fun. And he's only owed $2 million. Even if he was owed $20 million, come on, man. Mickey Loomis is our GM. You know, we can make any salary cap situation work. But it comes down to if we view ourselves as still being in a window of contention. So I would not be, upset, I guess, if we didn't go after him. But if we got him, I'll be excited, because even if we're not necessarily going to be great this year, he's a young enough player that he can be a part of the future. And we have some dogs again, with Lattimore, with Marcus Williams, with C.D. Deuce, hopefully with Peyton Turner. I want to say with Davenport, but I don't know. He kind of lost some positivity with me last year with his performance. And sadly, I think Cam Jordan and Demario Davis are getting to that age range that NFL players usually get to, where they fall off a bit. Because we all know Cam Jordan didn't have his greatest season last year. And I'm wondering, was it just, attrition in his body starting to finally feel the effects of playing for 11 plus years? Or, it's just the beginning, not necessarily of a downfall, but, where he's not this Cam Jordan that we remember. So hopefully Peyton Turner is a great replacement for him for the future. But right now, I still think Cam Jordan and Demario Davis have about 2 more years left of peak value, where, if Sean Payton, again, thinks that we still have a window, go get John Hicks. Derek says that he is also a part of a few podcasts, and he'll pass the word. I appreciate it, Derek. Derek, if you have a podcast, man, leave the link. Like, if you have a YouTube channel, link it. I would love to subscribe. I'm willing to partner with and chat with plenty of Saints fans, and I would love to, discover more podcasts from Saints fans. So, yeah, absolutely, Derek. Let me know, and I appreciate you spreading the word about this channel. Us small YouTubers have to stick together. Derek started about 2 weeks ago, so I'm kind of brand new at this. Is my first stream, actually. I'm more of a comedy guy. My videos are going to be more comedy-centered, but I do think that I provide enough smart analysis that I would love to do streams with Saints fans and NFL fans in general, and just talk football with everybody. So I would love to see, Derek, if you have a channel or a podcast or something, leave it in the chat below. I would definitely subscribe. I appreciate you coming to my chat. Hopefully you subscribe too. My man Ryan said they played the Packers on Christmas. Browns and Packers. I didn't see that. That's awesome. That's going to be a good game. Ryan, we played the Vikings on Christmas last year. That was a fun game. I know you remember that game, Alvin Kamara. 6 touchdowns. Should have had 7. For some reason, Payne gave Taysom Hill one. That was a fun game. It was a fun game, too, because the Vikings had like 4 players out. Hey, let's have a 17 game. So I kind of went into that game knowing that we should have won that. We were going to win that game, and it was a pretty stress-free holiday game, as stress-free as holiday games. I mean, you never know with the Vikings. For Saints fans, they always are a pain in our butts. But Christmas games can be fun, and I would imagine, unless Aaron Rodgers goes scorched earth, you and Green Bay would still be playing for something significant on Christmas Day. So that's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to that game, actually, now that I see it. I didn't look at, actually, the whole slate of national games. I've only been watching the Saints schedule, so I still have to look and see, like, what are some of the big games coming up. My man Derek said he has no channel, but he's just a mod in a few. Well, Derek, I appreciate you coming to my channel. Yes, definitely, please spread the word. A Saints comedy channel, I guess. More, not just Saints. I'm doing a lot of stuff, like a lot of vlogs throughout the city too, but a lot of my comedy videos are going to be about the Saints. I want to give Saints fans something that they can have a good laugh after games. Win or loss, come on Jono's channel and they can say, yeah, that's how. Actually, Derek, if you go on my channel, whenever you can, I did a draft reaction video, which was obviously a sketch, even though some fans commented on it as if it was real. I did a video called How Saints fans and NFL fans be during the draft weekend, that actually blew up on Twitter, because we all know how suddenly during draft weekend we're smarter than the scouts and the GM and the draft experts who put in hours and days and weeks and months of scouting, but suddenly we know more than them. And I did one that I'm very excited about that didn't get as much love yet, but I think it's going to be a slow riser. I did how it feels to be drafted by the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, we had a Falcons fan here. I should have told him to watch that video. It was a joke. It's all love. I hate the Falcons, but it's football at the end of the day. I don't hate anybody. So I did a video called How It Feels to Get Drafted by the Atlanta Falcons that I think Saints fans would really love. So check that video out when you guys can. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get the channel up, and I'll always remember like the first initial people who came and showed love, man, because that's real. That's real. Like a lot of people only go to the channels who have thousands, if millions of subscribers, but when you show love to the ones who are just getting started and trying to build from the ground up, man, that's genuine. So I appreciate it, Derek. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, my man. Spread the word about my channel. Please subscribe and let me know if you have any ideas or if you want to, you want to come and collaborate with me, man. I'm open. I'm an open book. Saints fans, we stick together. Derek, you also asked me, did I see the Bears schedule? They got screwed. I did not see the Bears schedule, Derek. You what's controversial about it? Did they give them like 4 straight road games or something? We would know about that. The NFL's done that to us before. I can't say I will feel bad about it because, I always remember 2006 and how the Bears fans treated us that year in the NFC Championship game. But what happened with the Bears schedule that is a bit bad, I guess. I want to see. They got Justin Fields, so I can't see them getting NFL trying to screw them out. Derek said he thought my videos was hilarious. Thank you, Derek. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. I'm telling you, when you like starting out at this YouTube stuff, like just hearing one person say, "Man, that video was hilarious," that genuinely, like, that means a lot. Like, to know that all the work that goes into it. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, but to see people actually appreciate it and get enjoyment out of it. I genuinely get enjoyment seeing me provide content that people get enjoyment out of. It's a good feeling. So I'm glad you enjoyed the video. But let me know in the chat what about the Bears schedule is pretty controversial. I wish we played them this year. We've owned them the past few years. But all right, let me see. See, I've been so focused on the Saints schedule, I haven't like really looked at the whole schedule yet to see what other teams are looking like. All right, I'm on Twitter and I'm looking at the Thursday night football matchups. See if there's any game that catches my eye. My man Ryan said he followed my Instagram. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, my name is consistent on every platform except TikTok. For some reason, somebody took my damn username on TikTok. So it's John Bones TV on TikTok. My main channel is YouTube, but I try my best to put the videos on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook too. So if you ever search John Bones on those platforms, it'll come up. And I'm trying to be better at posting all my videos on all the platforms, but you'll be surprised at how much of a task of, because every website has different dimensions of what type of videos you can post, the length of the videos, the size of the videos. So it's a full-time job in itself. But I appreciate the follow, Ryan. I will follow you back whenever I get off this chat. And like I said, I'll be doing Saints videos all season, but I'll also be trying to do general NFL comedy sketches as well to see what happens. Looking at the Thursday night football schedule, Ryan, you guys play the Broncos. Right now, that seems like, oh yeah, the Broncos are going to whoop the Browns are going to whoop the Broncos' ass. But that's you never know with Thursday night games, man, because those short turnarounds on schedules, man, any team can be liable for an upset. And who knows? Aaron Rodgers might be the quarterback for the Broncos. I keep hearing buzz that the Broncos would be like a leading candidate if Aaron Rodgers does go scorched earth and says, Green Bay, trade me or else. So that could be an interesting game. Now, if Rodgers isn't with the Broncos, then obviously the Browns should win that pretty easily. Derek, I'm looking at the Thursday night schedule, and I'll tell you what, I don't see the Bears have any Thursday night games, so they didn't get screwed in that aspect, because I know how much teams hate the Thursday night games, and the Bears got away with that, so good for them. They didn't get a Thursday night game. We have the Cowboys, of course. The Falcons and the Patriots. How many 28-3 references are we going to get that game? Which I love, by the way. Ooh, the Chiefs and the Chargers. That's going to be fun, boy. Justin Herbert against Patrick Mahomes. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. That stretch, Week 13, Saints, Cowboys, Week 14. Yeah, Vikings, Steelers. I don't really have high hopes for either team. But then Chiefs and Chargers. That should be fun. Bucks and Eagles, I don't know how I feel about the Eagles this year. The Panthers and the Texans, that could have been a good game, the way the Panthers were going after Deshaun Watson, but the Thursday night schedule doesn't really stand out to me. Okay, Seahawks and the Rams, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. Packers and Cardinals is going to be a good Thursday night game, assuming Rodgers is still with the Packers. Jets and Colts can be a sleepy good game if Zach Wilson lives up to the hype. Ravens and Dolphins should be a good game. There's a few good games. There's no great games. I would say the top 5 Thursday night games, looking at the schedule real quick, will be Seahawks, Rams, will be, well, shoot, Bengals and Jaguars. I'll take that back. That should be fun. Joe Burrow versus Trevor Lawrence. You got to remember that some of these young teams have like quarterback prodigies now. That should be a fun game, actually. That's Thursday night. Got a good game. I'm looking for. I'm probably looking forward to that game the most. One, I'm an LSU fan, so I want to see how Joe Burrow responds to the ACL toe. Two, I want to see if Trevor Lawrence is worth the hype. That should be a good game. All right, so I take that back. Bengals and Jaguars is going to be a top 5 Thursday night game. Seahawks and Rams will be a good game. Saints and Cowboys always brings the drama, so that should be a good game. And I think the best as far as like the two most talented teams, I want to say out of Seahawks and Rams, Chiefs and Chargers. Those should be some good Thursday night games. Other games looks okay, but yeah, no. Ryan, if you're still here, what do you think about my man Joe Burrow? Do you think that the Bengals have a solid foundation to build for the future, or do you think that it's going to be typical Bengals where it looks bright, but they flame out? Like, I want to hear what you think about the Bengals, because they seem to be like that fourth AFC North team that isn't quite ready to swing with the big boys yet. But if Joe Burrow lives up to the hype, he just might. All right, let's look at the Sunday night schedule. Then we'll look at the Monday night schedule. And then I've been on for an hour, guys. I don't want to hold up everybody who's actually watching this all night. I will log off, and we can do this another time. I really enjoyed it. I'm shocked. I genuinely did not expect anybody but my fiance and maybe a family member or two to join. But for me to get some general fans to come, that's awesome. I'll talk to the same 3-4 fans who come in every week if I can. Like, I'm not, or it has to be over 50 viewers or more for this stream to be a success. I just enjoy talking football with people. So, and besides, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably just be like napping or something. So it's a good use of my time. All right, let's look at the Monday Night Football schedule. Then we'll look at the Sunday Night Football schedule, and then we'll wrap it up. Ryan, right quick, you say the Bengals have a good future as long as their O-line is better. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you something, Ryan. I mean, like, you can't go wrong with Jamar Chase. Him and Burrow should be a dynamic quarterback wide receiver duo who already have history, obviously. But I'm a believer in, man, you got to build the lines before you start building for the sexy players like the wide receivers and running backs. So I would have took Penny Sewell from Oregon. I'm like, my mindset is, let me protect my quarterback who I just lost last season because I couldn't keep him upright. But the Bengals, I guess they couldn't pass up the opportunity to reunite Joe Burrow with his favorite wide receiver in college. So I think it's going to be great for fantasy. Like, yeah, I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is going to put up numbers, but does it matter if Joe Burrow is going to sack 5 to 6 times a year? Maybe the Bengals have faith in the people they signed this year for their offensive line that they're going to be better. But I'm a believer in you build the O-line and D-line, and then you start building everybody else. We'll see. I mean, for y'all's sake, I'm sure you're hoping that they don't take that leap because, you never want a division rival to be good. You think I want to see the Falcons be successful? Hell no. Monday Night Football schedule. Ravens and Raiders week 1. Lucky Baltimore fans, they get to go to the Las Vegas Stadium. I was trying so hard to go to the Vegas Stadium last year, but of course they didn't announce that no fans were allowed. Might have been a blessing, man. If y'all see those Las Vegas Raiders tickets, good Lord have mercy. Vegas is making a killing off this team. Jeez, I'm talking like $600 for nosebleeds. But nosebleed, $600 might be being kind. I literally think like after tax and those stupid ticket fees and whatever, it was like $750 for like the top of the level seats at the Raiders Stadium. I was gonna pay it too. I wanted to see that stadium so bad. And we lost the game. It would have been like, damn, I paid like $2,000 to see my team lose. But I love going to stadiums. So, but hey, to any of the rich Baltimore fans, you get to go to Las Vegas and see your team in week 1. That should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to that game. I really am. I think John Gruden, this is like do or die season, my man. Are you going to take this team to the playoffs or not? Because the past 2 years you flirted with being a good team and then y'all always fall off. So come on now, John Gruden. I know they gave you a 10-year contract, but eventually you got to start producing. Week 2, the Lions and the Packers. The Lions clearly look like they're trying to rebuild this year, so I don't see that much drama with that game, especially if Rodgers is still with the Packers. Week 3, Eagles, Cowboys. I'll be honest with you, the NFC East matchups are starting to bore me because the national media shoves them down our throats every year when the NFC East hasn't really been that good, consistently at least. I get that the Eagles and the Giants have won championships the last 10 years, but Chargers and the Raiders got 2 games in the first 4 weeks of Monday Night Football. That should be I remember the Chargers and Raiders game last year was pretty good, so that should be a good game. And I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert. I think he is going to be top 5 before the season is over, so that should be a good game. Ryan said he doesn't want the Raiders to get good receivers because they'll be a bigger threat. I guess you're lucky, Ryan, because I don't know why Juju went back to the Steelers when the Ravens offered him more money. If I was him, I think the Ravens and the Chiefs offered him a better contract than the Steelers. I mean, I get, loyalty and wanting to be with the team who drafted you, but shit, I would have went and say I'm going to play with Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes before I go re-sign with old Big Ben. So, God, I'm having a brain fog. They did sign a receiver though, right, Ryan? I'm pretty sure the Ravens did sign somebody this year that's going to be a contributor for. Hey, I'm watching NFL Network. Jameis Winston tweeted, "Let's be great at Saints" with a graphic of him and our schedule. Jameis, I am rooting for you, Jameis. You got to show it to me though. No amount of off-season workout videos and leadership talks is going to convince me that you are the guy. You got to put it to the field. But I'm rooting for Jameis Winston like crazy. Jameis, please make me look stupid. I have so many old tweets where I'm like talking crap about Jameis when he was with the Bucks. I would love to bump that up and be like, hey, look how stupid I sounded when he was with the Bucks, and now he's leading my team to the playoffs. Really dislike Juju and Claypool, the TikTok receivers, Ryan. The Steelers are the TikTok receivers. All right, the Ravens drafted Bateman. Yeah, Bateman should. I mean, receivers, you never know. Some of them come in right away, and whoosh, some of them come in and they need some time to adapt. But I do think it's still going to be you guys and the Ravens as the top 2 AFC North teams this year, and the Chiefs receiver. Who is it? I'm having a brain fog. I know who you're talking about too. I think Sammy Watkins. I think. But Juju was better than all of them, so on that end, they didn't upgrade the way they could have, so you should be excited. Ravens and the Colts in Week 5. That should be a good game. I'm high on the Colts. Like I said, guys, I think my top 4 AFC teams right now are the Colts, the Browns, the Bills, and the Chiefs. So with the Ravens being maybe a sneaky good team. And then Week 6, we have the Bills and the Titans. I'm expecting the Titans to kind of to fall back a little bit this year. They had that great 2019 run, which was funny. We went to Nashville, me and my fiance. We beat the Titans. We leaving that stadium. My chest was held out. Yeah, boy, we going to the NFC Championship at worst. Titans fans leaving like, oh boy. Well, hopefully we could beat the Texans next weekend and make it to the playoffs. And at least we made the playoffs. The Saints 2 weeks later lose to the Vikings in a wild card, and the Titans go to the AFC Championship. You just never know with this league. You never know. Bills and Titans in Week 6. Then, of course, I already talked about the Saints and the Seahawks in Week 7. Not looking forward to that game. I think the Seattle crowd is going to be crazy. Chiefs and Giants in Week 8. The Giants added a ton of free agent a ton of free agent players. So they're making a run at it, but I just don't believe in Daniel Jones, guys. I do not believe in Daniel Jones. So we'll see. Bears and the Steelers in Week 9. I'm trying to see Scooby-Dooby 2. Thank you for the subscription, my man. Thank you. My boy, he's coming from my man Derek. Derek, I need to hire you for public relations, my man. Jeez, you doing the damn thing. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you. I owe you, my man. We got to link up after this. If you have an Instagram, Derek, follow me. John O'Bones. That's my name on all my platforms. I would love to connect with you, my man. Because, if you have an audience, I think your audience will love some of the content that I create, and I would love to engage with your audience. So thank you for getting the word out, Derek. And Scooby-Dooby 2, I love that name. I think I'm saying it right, too. Thank you for subscribing, my man. I hope you get a ton of enjoyment, win or loss, out my Saints videos. They're going to be comedy-oriented, and I think they're going to be really enjoyable by Saints fans. I see the Bears and Steelers in Week 9. That matchup doesn't scream out anything to me unless Justin Fields is good. If he's even starting by then, they might make it. No, I'm pretty sure they're going to make it. I don't know. Ryan Pace's job is on the line. So is he going to give the keys to the rookie, or is he going to go with the safe bet and Andy Dalton to try to convince the ownership that he should get another 2 years to be the GM to build the type of team he's trying to build? The Rams and the 49ers, week 10, I'm looking forward to that game. I think the 49ers are going to come back with a vengeance this season. And the Rams are obviously going all in, as they always do. We'll see if Matt Stafford I say it was do a die time for John Gruden, is do a die time for Matt Stafford. Okay, you got that lying stigma off your back. So ain't no more, nobody thrives in Detroit. You got a great team in Los Angeles. Are you good enough, like people think you are, to lead a team to the Super Bowl? There's no excuse for Matt Stafford this year. The Giants and the Bucks in Week 11. That was actually a good Monday Night Football game last year. I was very mad that the Giants didn't help us that week with a win. But again, I'm just not sold on Daniel Jones, so the game doesn't really scream out to me. Seahawks and the Washington football team. When is the football team going to get an actual name? I hope they're not actually going to keep the football team forever. I don't like it. So I have a theory about the Washington football team, though. The past two teams that made the playoffs with a sub 500 record were the Seahawks. Saints fans, we know that because they beat us at freaking 7-9, the Beastquake. And then the Panthers made it at 7-9 too. And then both those teams, even though everybody was like, oh man, how can you let a 7-9 team play in the playoffs? Those teams ascended to Super Bowl contention within the next 2 years. So if that trend holds up, Washington should be next in line, like that team that made it at 7-9. Make it to the Super Bowl. It depends on whoever the quarterback is, of course. But I'm interested because, like I said, the last time two teams went 7-9, which was the Seahawks and the Panthers, they both were in the Super Bowl within the next 2 years. So we'll see if Washington can keep that trend up. Bills, Patriots. That should be a good game. I'm very curious because Mac Jones seems to trigger a lot of fans. He's probably going to be like the new Taysom Hill. Like, fans just are triggered by him for some reason. I'm going to do a podcast. Not a podcast. I'm going to do a live stream, guys. We're going to do a live stream this summer. It's going to be called, Why Does Taysom Hill Trigger Fans So Much? Like, God damn. Fans hate Taysom Hill for some reason. I don't get it. I'm like, what did Taysom Hill do to everybody? He's like the most nonchalant, quiet NFL player in the league. All he does is make plays at any position we put him in. So why does he trigger NFL fans so much? We got to have a discussion about that. And we see Tim Tebow's coming back. Interesting. I think Tim Tebow saw Taysom Hill highlights and was like, oh, I could do that. And a little known fact, Sean Payton actually was trying to sign Tebow before he went after Taysom Hill. But Tebow was like, nah, Sean, I'm a quarterback. I don't play H-back. I don't play receiver. I don't play tight end. I don't play special teams. And life can humble you fast, I guess, because he's trying out to hopefully make the team for the Jaguars, which would be kind of fun to see. Like, Trevor Lawrence and Tim Tebow on the same team. You never know with this league, huh? Week 14, Rams and Cardinals. That's going to be a good game. Again, I'm very high on the Cardinals. The NFC West is a freaking monster, guys. You think some team's going to have to take a step back, right? Logic would tell me it might be the Seahawks because it seems like Russell Wilson kind of planted the seeds this offseason of the team finally blowing up. And if Jameis Winston doesn't do his thing this year, then I would love to have Russell Wilson with us. That would be a dream. But I'm cheering for Jameis Winston, of course. Derek says that the Washington defense is scary. Hell yeah, it's scary. Boy, Chase Young is a monster. They actually gave Tampa Bay the best game in the playoffs. Who would have thought that, huh? Like, Tampa won every other game in the playoffs by 10 plus or more, but they struggled with the Washington football team. They have potential. Like I said, the past two teams who went 7-9 in the playoffs were like Super Bowl teams the next 2 years. So we'll see if Ron Rivera can do that with Washington. He did with Carolina, actually. He was the coach with Carolina when they went 7-9, and then 2 years later was in the Super Bowl. But it all comes down to quarterback play. My man Ryan said he had a voting list for fans dropped for Washington football team. So, yeah, well, I hope they bring that list back, Ryan, because I do not like the football team nickname at all. Ryan also said a tight end from his high school got drafted by the Jacks. That's awesome. Congratulations. It is so tough to make it to the NFL, let alone be drafted. So I wish him the best, Ryan. I'm going to go look at the Jaguars draft after this stream so I can look him up. And I'll definitely be cheering for him, Ryan. And hopefully he represents your high school real well. Tebow was signed today. Yeah, I do. But him being signed today doesn't guarantee him a spot on the roster. We'll see if he, makes the training camp. Because he hasn't played football in 5 years now, 6 years. So he's not necessarily guaranteed a spot, but he definitely is going to trigger a lot of fans because he was trending all week when the Jaguars signed him. He's their new Taysom, I guess. He's a poor man's Taysom. Go ahead, Taysom. You got Tim Tebow being called a poor man's Taysom. Week 15, the Bears and Vikings. NFC North matchups are always fun though for the trash talk. Week 16, Saints and Dolphins. I talked about that game. I don't see any connection with the Dolphins why Monday Night Football would want that game, but it might be. I think the Dolphins are going to be a good team this year. So, and honestly, I think we've beaten the Dolphins like the past 4 times, so they might be due for a win. And week 17, the Browns and the Steelers. Ryan, y'all close out week 17 with the Browns and the Steelers. Hopefully you have the same success in the playoff on Monday night that y'all had in the playoff game. Was that not the shock of the NFL playoffs? The Browns freaking destroyed the Steelers. Who saw that coming? All right, now let's look at the Sunday Night Football game, guys, and then I'll wrap up. I know you guys got things to do. I appreciate everybody who's joined this stream to talk football with me. Hopefully you guys subscribe and watch my comedy videos that I will be doing all season long. I think they're funny, but you can be honest with me if you don't necessarily think they are. Oh, tell me what I need to work on. I'm new at this, guys. I'm new at this, so, be gentle. Be gentle. All right, I am on the Sunday Night Football Twitter right quick, and we kick off with the Bucks and the Cowboys. I wish both teams could lose that game, but somebody's got to win. So I hate saying this, but go Cowboys. I need all the NFC South teams to lose. And it makes sense. I mean, that's going to have probably the highest rated game of the season, to be honest with you. So that should be a fun. It's the opening game. I mean, it's a good game now, but the Bengals and the Jaguars could play opening night, and I will be tuned in. Then we got the Rams opening the Los Angeles Stadium, which I definitely want to go to that stadium too, against Chicago. This time they're actually going to be opening with fans. We have the Chiefs and the Ravens. That's going to be fun. You would like to hope that Chiefs and Ravens play each other every year because everybody wants to see that Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes rivalry for as long as we can. 49ers and Packers. I keep saying this, but every Packers game comes down to is Aaron Rodgers, and that decides if it's going to be a good game or not. But then again, maybe Jordan Love is going to surprise everybody if he is the quarterback all of a sudden. Week 4, the most hyped up game of the season, obviously. Tom Brady returns to New England. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm sure Bill Belichick is going to have his defense playing at an elite level to try to get that win. That's going to be a good game. I could put my personal bias aside and acknowledge that that's going to be a fun game to watch. And I love, the gimmick, not the gimmick, the angle of star player returns to his old team. We haven't had that type of game since LeBron returned to Cleveland with Miami. So that's going to be, the hype for that week is going to be unreal. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Let me go through the Sunday night schedule, and I will give you my. I did it earlier in the stream, but I'll give you my analysis for the Saints season. I'll close off the video with that. I'm gonna go through this Sunday night right quick, and I'll tell you what I think about the Saints. Steelers and Seahawks. It depends on if you think the Steelers are going to be good this year. I feel like the Steelers showed some signs of going downhill last year, so I don't know if necessarily they're going to be that good this year. Actually, you could say the same thing about the Seahawks, right? 49ers and Colts, sleeper Super Bowl matchup, because I think the Colts are going to be real good this year, and I think the 49ers are going to come back with a vengeance. So that is a sleeper matchup for a Super Bowl. If, I'm assuming, Trey Lance is the quarterback. That's going to be interesting. Like, they're keeping Jimmy Garoppolo, so at what point do y'all think they're going to give the keys to Trey Lance? Because they didn't trade up to have Trey Lance sit for so long. I mean, he's going to play eventually, right? Cowboys and Vikings. Hey, I'm not high on the Vikings, but my boy Justin Jefferson is probably going to put on a show. Titans and Rams. That's a random game. I don't see what angle they are going for with that. Super Bowl rematch from like 20 years ago, but I don't see what storyline, because usually NBC goes for like the storyline matchup, so I'm gonna see what they see with that matchup. But it should be a good game. Chiefs and Raiders, that's one of my favorite fan base rivalries on Twitter, so I'm looking forward to that game because the shit talk is on par with the Saints and Falcons shit talk. Chargers and Steelers, again, I'm very high on Justin Hebert, so is it Hebert or Herbert? I keep saying Hebert because of Bobby Hebert, but I'm not high on the Steelers. So Saints and Bills on Thanksgiving, why do y'all keep giving us holiday games? I just want to enjoy my turkey in peace. I don't want to have stress on holidays. That should be fun. Raiders and Browns, that's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that game. That's probably the game that stands out the most to me so far, besides, obviously, Tom Brady going back to New England. And like I said, I have a funny feeling that the Colts and 49ers game is going to be a sleeper game when it comes down to it. 49 Seahawks, you can never go wrong with NFC West matchups. Okay, I'm doing a quick little scour of the schedule. They gave the Cardinals no Sunday night football games. What the hell? Kyler Murray's like one of the most dynamic players in the league. Why would you not have Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins? They signed J.J. Watt. How did the Cardinals not have? That is crazy to me. Wow, I'm genuinely shocked. I see every NFC West team who has a Sunday night game except the Cardinals. I know they have flex scheduling, but like that is a shock to me. I'm genuinely shocked. The Cardinals do not have a Sunday night football game. That's crazy. Yet the Bears and the Packers do. Okay. I mean, obviously that's one of the greatest rivalries of all time. But Saints and Bucks. Hopefully the Saints are still good at this point that they don't flex that game out. We owe Tampa Bay like 5 straight losses after what they did to us. And you know the fans going to be like, oh, we retired Drew Brees. Whatever. Jared Cook retired Drew Brees. I'm just talking. Cowboys and the football team. Green Bay and the Vikings to close out, and they have a Week 18 game, which is to be determined. Obviously, that's going to be whatever game has a win and you're in feel into it. So, oh man, I'm looking at NFC schedule predictions on season predictions on NFL Network from Cynthia Freeland, and she does not have the Saints in the playoffs. Oh, this is like the first season, guys, where the Saints are finally not going to be an overwhelming majority pick to make the playoffs. I think we got to kind of get used to that. That's weird, We've been picked to make it to the Super Bowl the past 3 years, and now people think we're not going to make the playoffs. It's an adjustment. All right, so that was the national football schedules for the primetime games. If you're bored enough, you can definitely run it back and hear my thoughts on the Saints. But my man Scooby-Doo asked me for a win-loss projection. Scooby-Doo, this is what I said earlier in the podcast, and I keep saying podcast. This is not a damn podcast. It's the stream, and I'll repeat it. I don't think this is a rebuilding year, and Derek, I think they gave Jordan Hicks the permission for a trade because they have so much talent. Like, so I'm genuinely shocked that the Cardinals did not get a Sunday night football game. Like, they're a team that people are high on. Scooby Dooby 2, I love that name. I don't think it's a rebuilding year for the Saints. I think it's a bridge year. So what that means is I don't think we're going to be drafted in the top 5. If we are, whatever. I'm kind of chill about this season. But I also don't think we are going to be Super Bowl contenders, unfortunately. I hope we are. Jameis has to prove me wrong with that. But I think our ceiling is 10 wins. I think that's probably anything more than 10 wins, and I'll be shocked. Like, I'll be genuinely shocked if we have anything more than 10 wins. If we do, Sean Payton deserves to be Coach of the Year. And Jameis Winston will be Comeback Player of the Year. He would have to be. Like, if the Saints win 11-plus games, Jameis Winston is definitely balling out then. I think, unless Taysom Hill or Ian Book is the quarterback. I think our floor is probably like 6 or 7 wins. Like, the old Sean Payton standard. We're never worst team in the league, but we're always like 7-9 when we aren't good. So, but I think it's a bridge year. I think we're using this year. We have to trim out a lot of the fat, meaning that we have to get rid of a lot of utility players. Like I said, Emmanuel Sanders, Trey Hendrickson, Janoris Jenkins, Justin Hardy, Sheldon Rankins, like players who aren't going to sell jerseys or whatnot, or aren't going to be on the marquee when you pass by the Superdome, but are the type of players who can turn 8-win seasons into 11 or 12-win seasons. But we lost too many of those type of players to think that we're going to still be great, a Super Bowl contender this year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this draft class that we had, I know a lot of Saints fans are sour on it, but hopefully, I trust Jeff Ireland more than I trust a coach GM. Hopefully they surprise, and maybe we'll surprise people. I think if we do make the playoffs, it'll probably be as the 7th seed, which I'm okay with. If we don't make the playoffs, I expect us to be like in the top 10 to 13 for draft picks, and I'm okay with that too. I'm kind of very rarely okay with not being all in on the Super Bowl this year, because the last 4 years have drained me. Have the last 4 years drained me. I've been all in on the Super Bowl the past 4 years, and obviously we didn't get it. We should have got it in 2018, but so I'm okay with having a year where I'm not going to be like live a life or death each game. Like, okay, if we win, great. If we lose, hopefully the young guys are showing improvement. And I think the main thing for this year, for me at least, is can we determine if the quarterback of the future is on our team? So Is Jameis Winston that guy or not? I'm assuming it's going to be Jameis. I mean, I can't see Taysom Hill being our starter. If he is, more power to him. I don't think he's going to be that great, but I'm assuming it's Jameis' team this year. And we need to see if we can trust Jameis Winston under Sean Payton's tutelage to be the guy of the future, or if we go into the 2022 offseason saying, we need to go after Aaron Rodgers. We need to go after Russell Wilson. We need to go after somebody who can elevate this team. So that's my main takeaway from this season. It's going to be, is Jameis that guy or not? We'll see. I'm rooting for him. I am genuinely rooting for him. But I have to see it before I start, singing his praises and like, oh, yeah, he's going to be great. I want to see it. So if you ask me, like, gun to my head, what our record is going to be, I want to say 9-8. Because it's 17 games now. I can see 9-8. And 9-8 might be good enough for the playoffs. But then again, 9-8 might not be good enough for the playoffs. You never know with a type of record like that. But the important thing for me would be, was Jameis Winston a reason why we have those 9 wins? Or was Jameis more of a reason why we had those 8 losses? Because we can't do anything as a team. And we have a great core. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, Ryan Ramczyk, Marcus Williams, Marshawn Lattimore, C.D. Deuce. We have a great core of players who can, be contenders for a Super Bowl team. But none of that matters if you don't have the quarterback you believe in. So we need to see if Jameis Winston is that guy. I'm genuinely rooting for him. I want him to succeed. I want him to get that same career revival that Sean Payton gave Drew Brees when he came from the Chargers to the Saints. I want Jameis Winston to have that coming from the Bucs to the Saints. And if that happens, Sean Payton is a bona fide Hall of Famer, because they'll be like, man, Sean Payton turned Drew Brees and Jameis Winston, from okay quarterbacks to elite quarterbacks. So I'm rooting for him, but that remains to be seen, and it should be an interesting season. My man Derek said he expects the Super Bowl every year. I love it, Derek. I hope. Hey, I would love to be wrong. I predicted that the Saints were going to make the Super Bowl the past 3 years. So maybe me saying that we're going to be 8-9, or 9-8, it's going to be the magic that we need to finally win that goddamn Super Bowl. We'll see. We will see, Saints fans. It is going to be an interesting year. It's going to be a fun year. Hopefully, it's going to be a stress-free year, but that's easy to say in May, and then come September, we're like, so we will see. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. My man Scooby Doo say that Sean Payton will make Jameis famous. I hope so. Again, I don't know if you guys have seen like the Twitter videos and stuff that's going around, but Jameis is putting in some work, man. Like, he is working his ass off, and he's doing like these little leadership Zoom calls and seminars where he's like giving like great dialogue as a leader. So like, he is making it extremely easy to root for him. But this is a win-loss business at the end of the day. It's a results-oriented business. He can do all that stuff, but if you're not getting it done on Sunday, then none of it matters. So I'm rooting for him, but I'm not going to act like just because I'm rooting for him that means that I'm going to give him a pass with his play. So we'll see. It's funny because my fiance thinks that Jameis is going to be like the biggest bust of busts, and it's kind of my fault, because when Jameis was with Tampa, I talked so much shit. I talked like mad, like I kind of convulsed her mind to thinking that Jameis is horrible, and you don't throw 30 picks and not be considered horrible, right? But he also threw 5,000 yards, so he has the potential. He's like an enigma, And if Sean Payton cannot fix Jameis Winston, nobody can. So I am rooting for him. Me and my fiance are talking about a bet. She wants to put like $100 on the line, I think, if Jameis is going to be good this year or not. I don't know if I trust Jameis that much to put that much money on the line, but I mean, it's my fiance. The money's going to come right back to me, right? So we'll see. Derek, Ryan, Scooby-Dooby 2, Jose, my man. I had a man named Keem Buck who wrote a message, but it got YouTube blocked it, so I'm assuming he was talking shit about the Saints, saying, that's why the Buccaneers retire your quarterback, you punk. Either way, I appreciate you guys so much. Again, I did this stream thinking that it was going to be just me, and maybe my fiance would give me a pity view. But to have fans come in with no big audience, and to you guys interact with me, man, that genuinely means a lot to me. And for you guys to say you like my content, to subscribe and to share it with all your friends, I genuinely appreciate that. I promise you guys, because I'm going to keep this stream, I will always remember you guys. Like, if my channel by miracle blows up one day and I get a lot of views and my subscriber count goes up, you always remember the guys who were there from the beginning, who were there when you wasn't necessarily viewed as one of the popular people. So I appreciate you guys so much. I will be doing this again. I'll set like schedules so like you get alerts when I do it, and Again, my channel will be a lot of comedy videos, not necessarily like serious analysis, because some people actually comment on my videos and they take it serious, and I'm like, I mean, it's an obvious sketch, guys. Like, I'm not being serious in my videos, but when I do the live streams, I genuinely want to talk football and like be, my favorite word, nuanced with you guys, and I have genuine talk about it. So I appreciate you guys for joining, man. Let's hope that the Saints have a great year. Ryan, good luck to your Browns. To any other fans who are watching but didn't want to comment, it's all good. Please hit that like and subscribe button, or not. I'm just a human. I'm not the law. That's my quote, guys. You'll hear it a lot when you watch my videos. I want to have like a quote that, you know, I can put on t-shirts one day if I ever blow up. So I appreciate you guys, really, though. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the follows on social media. Who that all day. And I will talk to you guys later, okay? And you know what? Let me close it out the way I close out all my videos one last time. So if you guys enjoyed that live stream, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Or not. I'm just a human who is a nuanced Saints fan, but I'm not the law. See you guys next time.